Hey y'all, what's up y'all? Y'all, I'm having to go like this because I didn't put the camera up high enough and y'all way on the other side of the counter. So, well anyway, but I want to show you some stuff down here. Honestly, I want to tell y'all some stuff. Anyway, I'm Sheila from What's Up Y'all, here in the hills of Virginia. And I just want to let you guys know, I put up a video, why am I here, or I forgot what I wrote. Anyway, it was like, why am I on YouTube? And I'm going to tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, is that most of you wrote me the most encouraging, all of you, I didn't get one negative response, that all of you wrote me and told me what an encouragement I am to you, how I've changed your life in some ways, how I can be calming to others, how when y'all need a laugh, I'm always there. I don't get that one, but anyway, some of the things that you remember, maybe one of the videos. I want to tell you this, one of the videos that stood out to y'all more than anything was the one that I told the story about Mr. and the lawnmower. That's a for real. Here y'all go in the dark again. That's a for real story. I mean, everything that I told you was actual. Wasn't anything made up at all. So if y'all haven't seen it, maybe I'll put a link below for you watching the first time, want to see that, go, what's so funny? I don't get what a lawnmower will. Sometimes the tragedies can end up being a really the funniest thing ever. But anyway, I want to let you know how much y'all have encouraged me. Some brought tears to my eyes. Honestly, I didn't want y'all to see that, me snotting up and all. But I look at it and go, why am I here on YouTube? When I started, I knew that I really wanted to do a YouTube channel. My son was going, you need to do it, Sammy, you need to do this. Well, I did it because I was lonely, first off, and I thought that I could at least talk to people when, Mister's outside most of the time, and sometimes he goes, why you got the TV on? Do you just sit here and watch TV all day? First off, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening and you wonder why your wife is sitting in front of the TV a lot, is because she needs somebody to talk to her. Ladies, that men, when they tell a story, they tell it like in, like when you have those characters, and I mean characters like typing characters, you have so many characters that you're going to fill in this spot, and you can't run over so many characters. Well, men can stay in that. If it's 32 characters, they tell a story in those 32 characters. Now, you want to ask women to do that? No can do. No can do. I'll just give you an example. Y'all want to hear this one? It is true. And y'all, if y'all are watching, just leave it in the comment. Go, Sheila, I know exactly what you're talking about. Absolutely. Amen, sister. Okay. So, Mr. goes to the store and he runs into Joe. I just use that name, Joe. Even though that's my son's name. But we'll just say Joe. No, I want to use somebody else because I think about my son. Let's say Steve. He runs into Steve, we both know. And he'll come in, he goes, guess who I saw today? I'm going, who? He goes, Steve. I go, Steve? What was he doing? Like if he's at Lowe's. Well, he was there shopping. Well, was his wife there? Yeah. What was Betty Sue? Did she have anything to say? Not much. Well, how they doing? Okay. Well, Mr. and Betty Sue, has had that leg brace on and stuff, and was she able to get into her clothes? I mean, was she having to wear a dress or wear a pair of pants? Yeah. Okay, y'all get my drift. Now, let's just turn that around. So you see, he stayed that 32 character. Now, let's just change it around. Say, I come in and I go, guess who I saw today? Who? I saw Steve, and he was up there at Lowe's, and he was trying to buy him one of them pressure washers, and I was trying to tell him about our pressure washer, how good it does, and you can do the siding of your house, and you can do the sidewalks, and you can do your driveway if you have a cement driveway, and I tell you, and you know who was with him? Betty Sue was with him. I want to let you know that she had that cast on her leg and she still wanted to get out. And she wore, one of these dresses, kind of like a moo-moo, but it gave her space enough, And do you know, well, say if it was a cast, say she had a cast on, and do you know she had all these signatures all over her cast? And you remember the lady up at the church and that we really liked her singing, she signed it, and then she had a little heart out there. I just thought that was just the sweetest thing. But she had on like a green moo-moo, and, it was just, and then she had these flip-flops that absolutely matched her little moo-moo. Do y'all get what I'm saying? That's the way ladies do. So, getting back to what I was saying is that, we like to talk. And there y'all go again. We like to talk. And so, why am I sitting here? Because if I got the TV on, I can hear somebody talking to me. And they're telling all kinds of stuff. And I'm just into it. That's why. So you guys watching, if you don't wonder why, maybe your wife's sitting in front of the TV a lot, well, that's why. How about talking to her? I like to be talked to. And I want to know details. Anyway, enough of that. So, speaking of Mr. No. We're going back to the video that I put up. So you guys, gals, mainly gals, one of the comments, I want to tell you this, and I was talking about why y'all want to listen to me. I mean, I just felt like I didn't really have anything to offer. And when you clean a house once y'all seen it, it's like, y'all really want to see me cleaning the house again? Well, we're lonely. One of the ladies said, and she used the word mature ladies. I always say the old fart like me, but she says, or older women, but she says the more mature women. I thought, well, isn't that nice? I hadn't thought about using that word. So I'm trying now to put like an old fart, mature ladies. Well, anyway. So I didn't realize there were so many mature ladies out there that there's not many channels out there. It just comes to you from one mature lady to another. So it really inspired me because you're not alone. There are many, many, many of us that are out there. And we just need somebody that we can relate to. When you're young, you got kids, you got that, and those channels, that's great. They relate to one another. But for us, that our kids are grown, they've moved out, and we're just at the house, and some of you are widows. It's like, what do you do? And here's what I thought of. One of the comments was talking about how they just go, just kind of shuffle from one room to the other. Well, then it dawned on me. Some of us say, well, I got up and I went in the room, and when I got there, I forgot why I was going there. Yeah, some of it is because we've gotten older, but a lot of it is we're tired of sitting on our rumps. And so we get up and we just go and stand in the doorway or just kind of looking there just because we want to change the scenery. We want to be able to move, get our blood circulating a little bit. So we walk into the room or walk into the doorway and just kind of look in there. And maybe we look around and say, well, is there something I can do in here? Well, heck, fire. You done cleaned up. And if it's only two of you or even one of you, who's going to go in there and mess it up? So you go, well, ain't nothing I can do. I already done it. Now maybe next Saturday, maybe I'll dust in here. But everything else is done. So that's why we just stand there. It isn't because we forgot. It's just because we ain't got nothing to do. So we just stand there and look in there. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in because I'm sure that some of y'all can relate. So y'all young whippersnappers want to make fun of us, well, that's why. Won't you come and visit? Won't you come and talk to us mature ladies? Let me tell you, we have a lot of wisdom. Now, my kids, when they were younger, they thought, Mama just goes on and on and on and on, and she just doesn't realize, she's in that old generation. But let me tell you, when they got a little bit older, then they go, why in the world was I wearing that? Like pictures. I told my kids, I said, you don't want to go dressed like that and have school pictures made. This is the in style. I said, I'm telling you, one day you're going to regret it. Lo and behold, that day came. Because us mature people, we don't know what we're talking about, Well, lo and behold, that day came. And even my son goes, when going back looking at pictures, he goes, would you look what I was wearing? I went, mm-hmm. Well, I tried to tell you. But us old, mature people, we just don't know what we're talking about. I tell you what, we have wisdom. So some of you, I wish that my grandfather or my great-grandfather was still around, and I wish that I had known at the time if somebody had just shook me and said, hey, you need to listen, to sit at their feet and just listen to old stories. It's things that you could carry on through your family, but we don't. We're too in a hurry doing this and doing that. Anyhow, getting back to the videos, I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Y'all, you just don't know the effect that you did in reading those comments. And I go, there is a need. There truly is a need for ladies like us. So I'm asking you, not that I'm trying to build my channel or anything like that, but I will say this. Because of the things that you wrote, because now that there is a need, and not that I have all the answers, but it's just an everyday life with mature people and old people. I'll probably keep saying old people, but I try to put that mature in there so I can sound sophisticated. But, if you know of anybody, like you got your neighbor that's kind of like we're in the same age range, give and take a few years or whatever, say, hey, let me share with you. Do you get on YouTube? Let me share with you because there's this crazy lady that's on there. And I'm going to tell you what, you can relate to her. You really can. I know you don't want to get on there because everything is just, young whippersnappers. And that's good. That's good for all the young ones. But there's this old goat that's on there. And you might enjoy her. So if you would like, which changes the algorithm. I said it without having to repeat that one. I've been practicing, but and share, and so we can get the word out that hey, there is a channel out there for old, mature people. Okay, thank you, and thank you again, 1,000 billion zillion trillion. Didn't you say that when you were little because you couldn't remember what one came after the other? So you just go billion, zillion, trillion, quadrillion, or quadrillion, or what it means. It goes on, on. I mean, big time, big numbers. Well, anyway, and have you ever done that? We did go to school, but you'll see a number. Me and Mister did this, and they had like 24. 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0, 0, 0, comma 0, 0. I go, how much is that? I don't even know how zeros out there, what that means, how many it is. All I know it's a lot. There y'all go in and out again. It must be the sun going in and out. Anyway, so now I want to tell you about this. Do you remember the other video that I had from the garden? I had where it was cabbage, 2 heads of cabbage, and they had worms, and I had to put on gloves or take them old leaves off and stuff. Anyway, remember those? And I got them down to these. Well, this is the size that I got them down to by the time I took off all the bad leaves. Anyway, today, let me back up on that too. Mr. Martha Stewart, he's not feeling like a Martha Stewart anymore. And so he used to like to do all the cooking. And And so I just backed off. You want to do the cooking? Okay, do the cooking. Well, in the last week or 2 weeks, maybe even 3, I'm getting hungry. I feel like a kid. I go, what are we having to eat? Because he likes to plan and do all the meals. It ain't because Sheila's lazy, it's because he wants to do it. Martha's doing it. So here lately, the last 3 weeks, he goes, I don't know. And then sometimes I got to go, well, did you lay out anything this morning? No. Oh, what we going to eat? Well, we got leftovers in there. And I'm thinking, it ain't much of leftovers in there. So, last night or night before, I said, what are we eating today? Because I'm getting on the hungry side and I ain't seen nothing laid out. And he goes, I don't know, maybe some sandwiches, tomato sandwich or something. And I'm going, I ain't never going to lose weight. I'm a vegetable girl. He's a meat and tater. Aren't most men? But anyway, and so finally yesterday, I said, hey, and I ain't trying to tell you what to do and I ain't trying to make you feel bad, but here lately, we ain't not laying out anything. I'm asking you because if we need to lay out anything, let's go ahead and lay it out. Remember the crock pot story I told you about those beef tips? And it was like 2 or 3 days and finally he fried them up. I ain't seen them yet. I told him the first day I could have put them in the crock pot. We could have ate them with some potatoes and some carrots and stuff. Anyway, I don't know what's gotten in. I think he's wanting to retire from being Martha Stewart. And I said to him, I said, look, hey, I don't mind. If you don't want to cook anymore, I don't mind. I really don't. I said, or if there's like certain days, if you want to take certain days of the week, you pick, then I'll take certain days and we'll have a night out, which we don't do that much because it's so expensive out there. Anyway, so he says, well, have at it. You do it then. I'm thinking, what's wrong with him? He ain't acting right. I don't know. I guess he's just getting to be old, mature. And maybe he just, I don't know what it is. Then he goes in there in the pantry and he gets some of this little bowl of peanuts. That's what he ate. Peanuts. I go, is that what you're going to eat? And I said, I got out I know what it was. I got out some chicken pot pies or turkey pot pies, and I set them out here because I didn't want to know if he wanted them, cooked in the oven. He wanted them nuked. So, in fact, he had taken a shower, so I waited for him to get out. Well, I'd gone to the other room, and I come back in, and just only one turkey pot pie was sitting out. I go, did you put that other turkey pot pie up? And he goes, yeah. I go, don't you want to eat? Because I'm not hungry. And he's sitting there eating peanuts. I go, well, I don't want to fix mine. If I thought we'd fix them together and both of us have, the same thing to eat. I ended up fixing me a sandwich. So, I'm here right now just to let you know. Remember the cabbage I was getting back to? I'm having to bend over. My neck's hurting. Take me some ibuprofen. Ain't that what old people do? I mean, mature people. But anyway, remember the cabbage. So, this morning, I went out to the other freezer thing, and I picked out some fish. And I got some lima beans out, but I don't think lima beans go really well with fish. Because I got a hankering for some lima. I like them little itty bitty green lima beans, not the big fat, like I call them butter beans, but the little limes, green ones. So I guess I'll have that tomorrow. So tonight, I said, you know what? I'm going to take one of those heads of cabbage and I'm going to make some slaw. And then we're going to have that fish. I might get some baked beans out. It's in the can. I ain't going that far. So I think that'll be, and maybe some cornbread tonight, or I make some corn muffins. And don't that sound good? Anyway, so I'm going to eat tonight. I'm going to have me a dinner tonight. Amen. Hallelujah. So let me get to the cabbage. Now, I don't know how y'all make y'all's cabbage. Everybody makes it different, right? Can y'all see me now? Yeah. Anyway, I want to show you the vegetables he got out of the yard this morning. I only put 2 things in it with 3, 4. including like some pepper, and I put a little bit of garlic salt in it. Anyway, I got out my handy duty little blender thing here. What do you call them things? I used to have a big one, food processor, big one, and it broke. So I found this at a yard sale. So what I do is I got to cut off, you see how that it kind of browned a little bit? I'm taking that off. I'm not going to do a whole lot of cabbage, but I want to make sure I got some tonight for our fish, because I like slaw and fish. So let me cut this brown part here off. Can y'all see? I feel like y'all are in the dark. Anyway, see, I just cut that because and people say, "Oh, Sheila, that's good." I ain't eating it. Y'all want to eat? Y'all want to eat. Y'all might not want to come over and have dinner with us. Anyway, so I cut that old brown stuff off, which turned brown, kind of like potatoes, you know. Anyway, so since this is itty bitty teensy weensy, I've got to cut these chunks off teensy weensy so it can fit in there. And some people like it shredded. I like my chopped up, but not a whole lot. You'll see. So I take, you know, a little piece of cabbage like that, cut that in half, stick it in here. Now, I don't want to put too much in there because then it won't churn it and get it all chopped up like I want it. There'll be too much in there. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Might need to. Anyway. You see how this is kind of getting full? Can y'all see that? I can't reach y'all over there because y'all behind the counter. This might be too much. We'll see. And if it isn't, I'll show you why you don't want to do that. Okay. So now this one don't have a button on it. It just has this lid. And then when I put the lid all the way over here to lock, it'll start doing it by itself. Watch this. Sometimes I stop it and kind of beat it around. Now, see? That's all I want to do, and I'll show you. Got to take the cutter thing out. Oh my goodness, I can't get it out. Come out. I think we're going to have slaw tonight. I don't know. I probably put it in there good. Whew, there it goes. Whew. Anyway, that's it. Can y'all see that? That's how I grind it up. So I'm going to put it in my bowl. Can y'all see that? Now that ain't enough. Because I'm going to make enough that I can kind of keep, like tomorrow night, I'm going to fix some lima beans. I don't know what else. But, good gracious. I don't know. Maybe that'll be okay. Anyway, better put that down there because it's hard to put it down there if you already got stuff in there. So I'm hoping to make enough slaw that for tomorrow night with some lima beans. I don't know what I'm going to lay out. Boys and girls, I got to eat something besides sandwiches. Yeah, I mean, he'll fix some. I'm not saying he never does it. I'm not saying that, so don't go. Quit picking on Mister. I know y'all love Mister. But, anyhow. He just, I don't know, he just got to where he just doesn't want to fix anything. And I've got where I'm hungry. And I got to fix something. I tell you, I think that's why I also gained weight. Because, let me tell you what it is. He goes and he gets me ice cream. I run out, he goes, now I've got an addiction to ice cream. And I've tried this new ice cream. It's called walnut. I love butter pecan, but there's this other one. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It's got walnuts in it. Let me tell you what, I switched over from butter pecan to this walnut ice cream. Ice cream. It's good. But anyway, so, I want a bowl every night. I'm getting to be a chunky monkey, I'm going to tell you. Between sandwiches and all that bread and ice cream. Now, ice cream's my fault. Anyway, I'm hoping that if I eat like vegetables and stuff, then, hey, I can award myself the ice cream because then I'm not having all that fattening stuff. Let's see if this works. It does. Well, some of those pieces don't want to go down in there. There we go. Anyhow, I know you're saying, Sheila, will you shut up? Here we go. This is probably going to be enough. Y'all see that now? I put, let me just go and finish this little head of cabbage. Might as well, right? And I'll put this in a bowl of the slaw so it'll keep. Then we could have, I don't want to have hot dogs one night. Have y'all seen that video about the hot dogs? It's like it's all we ate. Hot dogs and bread. Hot dogs and hot dogs. But slaw is good on hot dogs. Okay, now I'm going to throw that away. That's the hard piece. It's got the back piece to it. So I've used up this cabbage almost. And this came out of our garden. And I'll show you what Mr. just picked. Finally, the garden is kind of coming in. This is only a little bit. I'm going to see. You know it's probably not going to get done. Get all chopped up because I'm just crushing it in there. Let's just see. Cross your fingers. Okay, here we go. Come on. There we go. I got it. There's a lot here now because I stuffed it. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. So put this in the bowl. Oh yeah. Whew, I got a lot in here. Let's see. But you know, we'll have leftover slaw. Slaw's good with most things, don't you think? Like I said, everybody fixes their slaw different. They put all kinds of different things in it. Some people put like little shreds of carrot in it. I think it's just to make it look pretty. But, you know, that's okay too. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, I don't need this anymore. We'll get that one, push that off. Okay, here we go. Can y'all see me? All right. Like I said, I only put just a few things in there, so I've got this big bowl of slaw. So I've got out mayonnaise. Have y'all seen that video too? The Dukes versus the JFG. I'm a Dukes person. Mr's a JFG. Y'all got to watch that one too. I might tell that story over again. But anyway, it's not that much in it, so I had to get another jar. So I put mayonnaise in mine. And I'm one of them people that got to dig out every little bit. I don't try to be wasteful. So, not that y'all are, it's just a Sheila thing. And I'll just keep doing and doing till it's kind of like shampoo. Now, let me tell you this while I'm digging this out. Mr. had taken a shower and you know, he'd use the shampoo and you know, with the little squirt balls go like that, and try to get it out in your hand. Put them. Well, it wasn't coming out through the little stem that was in there, out the top nozzle. See there, I got that really good. Look at there. And so that might be all I need. Let me see. So let me stir this up while I'm talking. So he comes through the house. He's getting ready to pitch it in the trash can. I go, whoa, what are you doing? He goes, well, it's empty. I go, no, it isn't. He goes, yeah, it is. It ain't nothing coming out. And I said, mister, I take the lid off. And you look down there, I bet it's about that much still of shampoo. So I said, what you do is you put a little bit of water in there and shake it up, stick the thing back on it, and more come out. Well, now when it gets to where that, I still put water in it, I'll shake it up real good, and I'll pour it on my hand, and my head's all sudsed up. So, see, if he had thrown that away, that would have been that much wasted at the bottom. Maybe y'all didn't know that. Maybe y'all learned something. Sorry, guys. My video just turned off, and I was reading, it says maximum recording time. What's that about? So I had to turn y'all off completely and then turn you back on. Well, anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. I think I was saying 2 spoons because you don't want to use this spoon and put it in your other stuff. But anyhow, I might have to get 3. Whoops. So anyway, I thought I was telling y'all a story, but I don't know. A little bit because I had a lot. Because Sheila, my gosh. Well, I put a lot of cabbage in here. Okay. Now, like I said, maybe a lot of people don't know, they don't even like mayonnaise, and that's fine. I had a mother-in-law that, she's going on to be with Jesus. But, anyway, she didn't put mayonnaise at all in hers. And it was a good slaw. I enjoyed it. And I said, well, what do you put in yours? Now, I'm going to take this. I don't want to dirty up another spoon. And I'm just going to wipe it off like that. Get that mayonnaise off. Because I got enough mayo. The reason I'm wiping it off is because I'm going to put sweet relish. Now, what I do is only put a little bit, whoops, like, being that this is that big, I'm only going to put maybe just, can y'all see that? Just one heap of sweet relish. But then what I do is I take the juice. See that? I don't measure it. I just like whatever looks good. So, okay. Now, I might have taken 2. I forgot I got more cabbage. So, I mix that up real good. It'll probably take just a little bit more, guys, because I'm fixing more than I'm going two heaping spoonfuls. That's all I'm going for real. I don't like real sweet slaw. Yeah, that's good. Now, what else I put in there is I put pepper in it, which is right here. Can y'all see that? Probably not. I like pepper. And I didn't bring the garlic salt over here, and I always put just a smidgy of garlic salt. Let me go get it. If I can find it real quick. Now y'all stay with me, don't you go nowhere. Here it is. Okay. So, I hope y'all can see that too. Is it coming out? Lord, I hate the, no. There it goes. It's not coming out. There it is. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. So, I'm going to mix that up. I might have put a little bit too many, but it's okay. It's okay. Now, that's how I make my slaw, which is a ginormous quantity right now for Mr. and I. But like I said, I'm going to leave it for some leftovers for tomorrow. And I'm going to fix those lima beans tomorrow. But there was a story I said I was going to tell you right at the end of this. Do you know you can use these caps on canning jars? Like if I want to put something that I don't have to store for a long time, you know, something like maybe some peppers, some dried peppers that I've ground up, cayenne peppers. And I just use this little lid. Save me from wasting the others. But there was something I said on one of the other videos. Oh, I know. Let me tell you this story. If y'all want to go see that video, you can. It's called Dukes versus JFG. Now, in growing up, I'm a Dukes fan. Well, let me just show you something. Hold on, hold on. Now, look what else we got in there. Can y'all see that? So now we got 2 flavors, okay? Is it, there it is. We got 2 flavors. And I'm a Dukes girl. And let me back up from there. I can eat most mayonnaise. Okay, I don't make a fuss over it, though I do like this little That's JFG. A little bit better than I do most of the others, but I'm not that picky. I really can't tell the difference in a lot of mayonnaises. I mean, some have a very distinct taste, but on the Norm, I think it's just the label. They probably got a big batch, you know, and they just stick them in these jars and put different labels on them. Well, anyway, so Mr. goes. We went to the grocery store. So he goes, we had to get some mayonnaise. He goes, well, we go ahead and pick that up at JFG. And I went, JFG? He goes, yeah, JFG. And he goes, that's the best mayonnaise in the whole wide world. I went, nuh-uh, it's Duke's. I don't like Duke's. I said, well, how do you know? He said, well, I just like JFG. Well, have you tried the others? No, I just like JFG. I like the way it tastes. I said, if I put Duke's on your plate, because sometimes he'll have things on his plate, and he'll put a big scoop of mayonnaise on there, and they kind of want to mix it with his food. Anyway, I said, if I put Duke's on your plate, I bet you couldn't tell it. Oh, yes, I can. I go, bet you can't. So, I knew that this was a psychological thing with Mr. Stewart, okay? So, say this is an empty JFG mayonnaise jar. We run out of JFG. So what I do is I go in there and I get the Duke's, that's not Duke's, I get the Duke's mayonnaise, okay? And then I took the Duke's mayonnaise and I filled up a whole JFG jar with Duke's mayonnaise. I sure did. Don't put nothing past me. I want to prove a point. So, I put the Duke's mayonnaise into the JFG jar. So, we put it in the refrigerator, I did. Yes, I did. And so he goes in there and he gets the JFG jar with Duke's mayonnaise. And he does whatever, you know, puts it on this, puts a big glob on your plate. I did it 3 times, ladies and gentlemen. Because she lets me know it ain't. I was just proving a point. So, after about the 3rd empty JFG jar, I said, so I'm going to ask you, mister, you don't like Duke's? Nope. I said, it's only JFG. He goes, that's right. I said, I bet you couldn't tell the difference. I said, we've been through this before. I know you can't tell the difference. He goes, oh, yes, I can. I said, nope. He goes, oh, yes, I can. If you put it here in front of me right now and I had to taste, he said, I would know. I would know. JFG is the best. So I said, well, now I want to tell you something. He goes, what? I said, you know all them JFG jars? I said, I think we've gone through 3. And I said, I've opened up a Duke's mayonnaise jar and filled up the JFG jar with Duke's mayonnaise. You've eaten 3 jars, because this was over a process of time. I said, you've eaten 3 jars of Duke's mayonnaise. And he's like, no, you did. I said, oh, yes, I did. I said, I just want to prove a point. I said, like you said, you couldn't tell that was what you've been eating. Oh, that's the best. That's just the best. Now, if he did that to me, I wouldn't care. Yeah, my family used Duke's. A lot of people say, and it probably does have a little bit different taste, I'm sure. But I will eat. It don't matter to me. The only thing I don't like that people use is Miracle Whip. I don't know how they make sandwiches and stuff out of sweet mayonnaise, sweet or whatever it is, Miracle Whip. I don't per se like that. But anyway, I am a Duke's girl. He is a JFG. So when we go to the store now, we have to buy a jar of Duke's and a jar of JFG. Yep. So that way, you know, he feels good about it, and then I feel good about it. Now, what I used today was Duke's in here. I sure did. And I bet you he'll love every bite of this slaw. I know he will. Yep. Well, anyway, I just want to tell you that story. And again, I want to tell you guys, thank you, gosh. Because I was beginning to think, why am I doing these YouTube videos? I feel like I'm not reaching anybody. I'd get maybe 4 comments, if that. No, maybe 5 or 6. Let's give it 8. And I go, nobody's, you know, not that I really had to, but I was kind of getting, my rear end is buzzing. Going, what? My phone. It's my son. I'll have to get back with him. I put it on silent so it does that vibrating, so I feel my butt going. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I would go, gosh, am I reaching anybody? Is anybody looking at this? Does anybody really care? Because I'm gonna tell you, I love talking to you guys, but then when you got to do the editing and the encoding, which doesn't take that long. It just depends how long your videos are. And then when you do the uploading, after the encoding, the uploading, man, it could be a couple of hours for me. And so, you know, I said, you know, not that I got really much else to do, but I'm going, you know, I just want to make sure that, am I being of effect? Am I touching anybody? And I am. And it's really giving me a oomph, it's giving me a push. And I really appreciate y'all mature men and women that's out there. But and y'all young ones too. Hey, we got wisdom, don't we, ladies? We got some wisdom that maybe we can help you with. If you got any questions, we'll try to, won't we, ladies? Y'all can read the other comments and we can help these people out that need some help. Now, I don't say I got all the answers, because I don't, because a lot of y'all been giving me tips. And I'm going, boy, I sure am glad of my friends to help me out. You mean all this time I didn't know that? I always say, no matter what the age, we need to be teachable, right? Now, so we can't teach no dog new tricks. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Well, anyway, if y'all would like and share that we can build this mature audience, I would appreciate it. And I'm going to be coming out with another Bible study soon. Some of you have even said, Sheila, I really love the Bible studies. So I'm going to do that as well. I really feel encouraged. I feel happy now. And just to know that you guys really care. Because I sure care about you. You have become my friends. You have become my family. And remember, us women now, we got a knack for detail. When we like to talk. So if you like to listen, I can talk. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, because I'm going to go and edit and encode it and put this up ASAP, because I want you guys to know immediately the response that I have to your comments. OMG, OMG, OMG. I was ending up my video. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to insert this somewhere in the video, because I said that I was going to show you some of the stuff Mr. got out of our garden. And we've got some little squash, and got an onion. I love these onions, they taste so good. I got everything needs to be washed off here that we got out. You got some rhubarb now. See, you remember I was out there day before yesterday and I showed you that itty bitty baby squash that I was talking about, which I don't like when they get this big. That's way too big. So we need to be going out there every day and checking the squash. But hey, I'm going to eat it. If I have to do it in stewed squash, because then the rind, gets too tough, the outside. And let's see, I got another onion. Yippoo, yippoo. And another squash. It's almost there. I better go out there and check the squash. And then he got, here's another. Oh, I got a couple more onions, guys. Okay, here's a smaller one. Okay, so we got y'all know what that is? rhubarb. Our neighbor just came, and he brought some goodies as well. Ain't neighbors wonderful? And he was telling us about this. He said he doesn't like it. Some people can just pick it out, you know, and just bite on it like celery. He said, but it's kind of bitter, and he doesn't really like it. I've never had rhubarb, so I don't know. I might give it a little taste test to see. You think I should? Let me get that knife so I can cut off the end in case you know, it's kind of dried up. I'm gonna see. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's just see. I'm not gonna do much. Like I said, I ain't never had rhubarb. But he was telling that his wife makes a, which some of you have told me, said, Sheila, you need to make rhubarb and strawberry pie. Now that sounds okay. Let me get just, I'm just gonna see how big I got, but I'm not even gonna eat it. Let me smell it. Maybe I didn't get enough. To me, it's like biting into a lime. No, I don't think I want to eat it like that. I think I'll stick with I gotta get the recipe. I told my neighbor, I said, "Ooh, I gotta get. Where's my drink? My tea." I told my neighbor, I said, well, if your wife can, her name's Debbie, I said, if she can make that, and I mean, he was just really talking about how great it was. He loves it. And I said, how about getting her to send me the recipe, and I'll give a whirl at it, see if I can do it. If y'all have a recipe, you know, if she doesn't have, you know, forgets or whatever, if y'all have the recipe for the strawberry and the rhubarb, if you can pass it on, I shall appreciate it. Then I'll write it down and put it in my little recipe book. Okay, then he also got some of these potatoes out of his garden. He says he's got 2 more rows, I think that's what he said, of potatoes. Well, I didn't show you what he gave me to begin with. I was showing you what we got. So he got us some potatoes, and then he got a couple little zucchinis. I love zucchini too. Have you ever made zucchini bread? Now that stuff's good. I might have to do that. Not with these, but. And then he gave us some cucumbers. Now I like them small. I don't like them when they get really big and get real seedy. I like them small. My grandmother used to go out to the garden. She'd have like an old pocket knife. She had an apron she always wore. And she'd go out there, reach into her apron, pull out that little knife, get a cucumber, cut it, give me a piece or two. Man, we used to eat them out of the garden all the time. A little dirt ain't gonna hurt you. So anyway, he gave 4 of these cucumbers, and then he gave us, see now this is a good size right here, the squash. He said he counted on his plant, he had 40 little squashes. Are they called squashes? Squash. You know what I mean, more than one. So then he gave us some little pea pods. Now, I've never done this. I guess you just bust them open. You don't cook them like that, do you? I guess you bust them up and get the peas on the inside. I've never done that. I've already got peas already ready, and you just, you know, you fix it. So I guess you just open this up, and y'all keep going. Well, y'all stop it going in the dark. But anyway, he gave us those. So that's going to make a good meal. Okay, I'm going to insert this in. He came up I was at the end of the video. So I'm going to insert this in because I told you guys that I was going to show you what we got, and then my neighbor came up and I want to show you that as well. So it's going to be some good eating here in the hills of Virginia. All right, well, let's get on with the video. Anyway, remember that I love you, but Jesus loves you more. And what? You're blessed in the city. Come on, some of y'all say it with me. You told me you did. You're blessed in the city. You're blessed in the fields. You're blessed when you come, and you're blessed when you go, in Jesus' name. Until the next video, bye y'all.